All right, it is Monday, March 23rd, 2026, and I have decided to recommit myself back to fitness for the remainder of the year. So, what is that, about 9 months or so? And usually in the past, whenever I've gotten back into the gym, I've gone between 8 to 12 months before I kind of just get bored and stop lifting, which is the irony because that's usually when you start seeing some pretty good strength results. But for some reason, it's just kind of what I do. Currently sitting at 250 pounds, which is way too heavy for me. And it's something I've really got to work on to get my weight down again. Crazy thing is last summer I was almost 265 pounds, or almost probably was 265 pounds, if not more. And so I've actually been able to trim down over the last, 6 months or so, about 15 pounds, just by better eating and dieting and controlling the stress and everything else that matters when it comes to lots of weight gain. So I'm real excited to finally get going again. And that's the reason I started this page, journal, blog, is to just have some level of accountability. I'm no stranger to the gym. I've been lifting since I was 16, off and on. And maybe that's part of the problem. It's been off and on over the decades. And once I realized, kind of once you get into your 40s, the gym is not so much a priority, at least for me. I'm sure I know some people it is still, which is fantastic. But other things in life come up and you start getting sore and it takes longer to recover and everything else that goes with it. And so I've really just done lifting as a hobby. Unfortunately, the last couple years, do some different things, which I'll eventually discuss. It hasn't gone as much as a priority as it should be for me. So I am looking forward to this. But the big thing is just maintaining motivation for, the next several months. Like I said, you get over 45, you get in your 40s, and it's just not the same, when you were 16 and 18 and even in your 20s and your 30s. And I'm sure it's going to be different once I get into my 50s too. But I'm excited to have everybody along for the ride as we start working towards the fitness goal. So for today we've already been to the gym and we did arm day. We're pretty big into the bro split. I don't know if they still call it that or not, but that just seems to have always been pretty effective for me. I've done different routines over the years, such as push pull, focusing on compound lifts, all those type of things. But for whatever reason, the bro split has just really stuck with me. So, I like to do biceps, triceps one day, and back and legs and those type of things on other days. So I keep it pretty simple. I also don't really keep a lot of track of as far as the amount of reps and all that. Kind of more of a native lifter, just kind of how the body feels that day. I'm not afraid to go heavy, and I can also go light if need be. But I've also realized that at this age, it's just kind of more over time is the plan. You don't really want to get too many highs and too many lows. When I was younger, you used to really need like motivational videos and those type of things to really get going, get focused. You get the music playing loud. And the longer I've been on this earth, I've realized that to really stay motivated, it's just about the day in and day out. I think really it's maintaining a constant level, making sure your highs aren't too high and your lows aren't too lows. I've heard the strategy from football coaches. I think Nick Saban was kind of a believer in that too, where it's just more about the consistency over time and making sure, you're controlling your emotions and those type of things. And sometimes that's how I feel about the gym too. I think some days it's really easy to get motivated and say, I'm going to get in there and do all this. And then literally the next day you can be so flat. And that's one thing that I've got to really challenge myself on is to make sure that I'm just staying consistent. That's the big thing, consistency. And if I can stay consistent, then I think we can really work and get some of this weight off and get back to the gym, not breathing so heavy, and hopefully just find some motivation, different motivation than what I've had over the years. So appreciate everybody watching. looking forward to it. If you're over 40 and you're kind of on the same fitness goal, let me know. I've excited to share this journey along the way with you.